Hi guys, my name is Ashley from the YMCA, and today we're going to do a little bit of cooking. On today's menu, we have Greek salad. Now, Greek salad is traditionally a summer salad in Greece, and unfortunately we have a very wintry day outside our window, but we're lucky to live where grocery stores have lots of ingredients so that we can make this yummy salad happen today. Now, some of you may be telling me that you don't like salad, you don't like vegetables, but the truth of the matter is that they are a really important part of your diet, and this is a really great way to make them yummy and enjoyable and make sure that you do get your veggies in your diet. So, ingredients that we're going to need today. We are going to need a cucumber, green and red peppers, a red onion, which is sometimes referred to as a purple onion, which makes a lot of sense as it's purple, tomato, feta cheese, olives. So I have some whole black olives here. You can use sliced, but we'll talk a little bit about that later. And that's the portion of the salad. And then the ingredients for the dressing are olive oil, oregano, and some lemon juice. A couple of utensils you'll need is a sharp knife. If you are using a sharp knife, make sure you connect in with your parents so that they can help you out with the cutting, if that's something that you're new to. A cutting board, a couple of bowls, one for mixing our dressing, one for putting our salad together, and some measuring spoons. So we have all of our ingredients, all of our utensils, and the first thing that we have to do before we start chopping and prepping is make sure our hands are washed and all of our produce is washed as well. I've gone ahead and done that before we start, but now's a great time to pause. Make sure you do those 30 seconds at least of hand washing and rinse off all of your produce. All right, so we're gonna start with our cucumber. You're gonna notice in today's recipe that we're gonna keep our veggies nice and chunky. We're not gonna do a lot of fine dicing, so this is an easy way to start if you're just getting used to cutting. So with our cucumber, nice chunky slices. If you don't love cucumber, you might want to make them a bit smaller, but nice chunky slices work great. We're going to take those and chop, or just put them right into our big bowl. Next will be our tomato. Tomato we're going to do in wedges. So to start, we're just going to slice it right in half. Take the flat side of our tomato down on the cutting board, quarter it, and then cut them into some nice equal wedges, which again can be thrown right into our bowl. Just gonna do the other half real quick here. So you'll notice when I'm cutting, my hands are nice and far away from the blade so that I'm not getting my fingers in the way. All right, moving on to our green and our red pepper. This is red. I like to just chop in half, like so, split, and then I take my knife to take out all of the seeds, because those aren't good to eat, and just put them off to the side. I'll just put them right in this can. It's nice to sometimes have a scraps bowl around. Taking that core out. And then again, keep it nice and chunky. We're just gonna quarter up those halves there and then slice them in half. Nice and big. We'll go ahead and do the same thing with the other side of the red pepper and the green pepper. Okay, moving on to our onion. Onions, you're going to take the end off of both sides of the onion. Skin's gonna come off. We don't eat the skin anyway. And then I like to slice it right in half to make the rest of the skin come off nice and easy. Whoop. Pushing down like that. We're not gonna use this whole onion for the recipe. probably only half and maybe even a little less. So as you can see, I took off the outside layers of skin. They feel really papery. So you want to make sure that there's none of that paper skin left on the onion when you start to chop it to put it into your salad. We'll chop into that quarter. And again, keeping it nice and chunky, we're just going to do some slices down. The beauty of an onion is that it automatically slices and segments for you, so you don't have to do a ton of chopping. We'll get that all taken apart. And then the last part of our salad is going to be adding in the cheese. So for a Greek salad, we use feta cheese. And feta cheese is typically made with goat's milk, which is nice for people who aren't able to eat cow's milk. So we're just going to crumble the feta right into the salad. And the beauty, again, of this recipe is that you don't have to worry about measuring. If you like lots of cheese, add lots of cheese. If you don't like as much cheese, don't add as much. And also the same thing with the onions. If you don't like as much onion, don't add as much. If you want more, go crazy. I told you this was the last ingredient, and that was a lie. We have one more ingredient, which is actually my favorite ingredient in Greek salad, and that's the olives. Now, lots of people don't love olives, but I urge you to try them. I'm gonna use whole black olives. Again, because this is a chunky salad, these to keep nice and big. You wanna make sure that if you're buying canned olives, you buy the ones that already don't have the pits. It saves you a little bit of work. So again, I've rinsed these out. I took them out of the can, rinsed them, and I'm just gonna throw them in. If you prefer, you can chop them in half or quarter them, make them even smaller. So we'll add a few more in there, and we're done with our veggie component. On to the dressing. We're gonna use some olive oil here. A couple of tablespoons of olive oil. So your tablespoon is your biggest one on your measuring spoons. Oops. We'll do about 2 tablespoons there. We're gonna add in a teaspoon of oregano. Let's see if I can find that here. Sprinkle it on top. And then we're gonna get some lemon juice in there. Unfortunately, I forgot my lemon press today, but I'll show you how to squeeze the lemon juice in to make sure you don't get any seeds. So you'll see there, it's not looking too seedy, but as we're squeezing the lemon juice in, you wanna use your hand as a bit of a sieve. That way, you'll catch any of the seeds. Again, our hands are washed and clean, and you can squeeze in about 1/2 of a lemon. Next, we're gonna grab a whisk, which I just left over here, so give me 1 second. Whisk. You can use a fork too, if you don't have a whisk, but this just makes sure that all of the ingredients are all together. We're then, easy peasy, gonna take the dressing, pour it right over the salad. Give her a good toss. Again, feel free to use forks, but this is an actual way to toss. And there you have it, a beautiful Greek salad. You can have this for lunch or serve it as a side for dinner, but either way, I hope you enjoy. Thanks so much for hanging out today, and hope to see you again to cook soon.